students, welcome to virtual class of Municipal Corporation of Greater Mumbai Education Department. I am Mrs. Akshata Kale and today we will learn English. Come on students, let us begin our lesson. Subject is English of Standard 6th and name of the poem is Sleep, My Treasure. Yes, dear children, here the mother is trying to make her baby sleep. Okay, here treasure means a baby, a very precious material or something very precious. Here in this poem, the precious is nothing but the child, a baby. Got this children? Sleep, my treasure means sleep, my loved baby. Got this? First we will go through this poem. Sleep, my treasure. Yes, dear children. First we will go through the poem. Sleep, sleep, my treasure. The long day's pleasure has tired the birds. To their nests they creep. The garden still is alight with lilies, but all the daisies are fast asleep. Sleep, sleep, my darling. Dawn wakes the starling. The sparrow stirs when he sees daybreak, but all the meadow is wrapped in shadow. And you must sleep till the daisies wake. Poem is written by E. Nesbit. Okay, once again we will go through a little fast. Sleep, my treasure. Sleep, sleep, my treasure. The long day's pleasure has tired the birds. To their nests they creep. The garden still is alight with lilies, but all the daisies are fast asleep. Sleep, sleep, my darling. Dawn wakes the starling. The sparrow stirs when he sees daybreak, but all the meadow is wrapped in shadow. And you must sleep till the daisies wake. Written by E. Nesbit. Means the name of the poet is E. Nesbit. Okay, this poem is on page number 81. Yes, dear children, this is called lullaby. What? Lullaby. Okay, because it is a cradle song. Got this? Okay. See here, lullaby. Lullaby means cradle song. Here, a lullaby or cradle song is a soothing song or piece of music that is usually played for children. Okay, the purposes of lullabies vary. In some societies, they are used to pass down cultural knowledge or tradition. They make a story. Here, the story is converted into the lullaby in some societies. Okay. The purposes of lullabies vary. Here, we will take one example of Marathi lullaby, that is चांदोबा चांदोबा भागलास का, लिंबोणीच्या झाडामागे लपलास का, लिंबोणीचं झाड करवंदी, मामाचा वाडा चिरेबंदी. Yes, here in this lullaby, the mom tells one small story to her child. Okay? Yes, like this, they pass their cultural knowledge or they pass their traditional things. Okay? Yes, dear children, now we will go through this lullaby line wise. Okay, we will go through the meaning of this lullaby. Yes, sleep, my treasure. Sleep, sleep, my treasure. The long day's pleasure has tired the birds, to their nest they creep. Yes, dear children, the meaning is, you know that here treasure means something that is precious to the poet. That is nothing but her little child. Okay? The long day's pleasure has tired the birds, to their nests they creep. Here, in this lullaby, the poet tells her precious little child to sleep. Okay? She says that a long days of enjoyment has made the birds so tired that they go slowly and quietly to their nests. Okay? Here creep means move slowly and quietly. Got this, children? Yes, here we can see the rhyming pairs. See, this is treasure, pleasure. Okay, treasure rhymes with pleasure. Got the meaning of these three lines? Yes, the poet is trying to make her child sleep. Right? Next is, the garden still is alight with lilies, but all the daisies are fast asleep. Yes, here she tells that though the garden is still lit up with the lilies. Here alight with means lit up. Okay, alight with means lit up with. The garden is still lit up with the lilies. The daisies are all fast asleep. So please try to sleep. Like this, our poet is telling to her child. Here we cannot see the rhyming pairs. Sleep, sleep, my darling. Dawn wakes the starling. The sparrow stirs when he sees day break. Yes, dear children, here darling means the loving person. Dawn means early morning. Dawn, early morning wakes the starling. This bird, it is nothing but a starling bird. Means a common bird with dark, shiny feathers. And it has loud call, loud voice. Okay? Now, here the meaning is, the poet once again tells her darling to sleep. She says that though the dawn has woken the starling, okay, and the sparrow moves slightly when he realizes it is morning. Got this? Here stirs means move slightly. Okay. Here also we can see the rhyming pairs, that is darling, starling. Got the meaning of these three lines? Yes. Again she tells her baby to sleep. But all the meadow is wrapped in shadow, and you must sleep till the daisies wake. Yes, Here she tells that the meadow is still covered with shadow. This is meadow. What is the meaning of meadow? Meadow means grassland. Okay. Shadow means darkness. Okay. Wrapped means here covered. But all the grassland is covered in darkness. Okay. And you must sleep till the daisies wake. Yes, here the poet says that the meadow is still covered with shadow, and she asks baby to sleep till the daisies wake up. Okay? Yes, this is all about this lullaby, Sleep My Treasure. And here also we can see two rhyming words, that is meadow rhymes with shadow. Yes, got the meaning of this lullaby? Very simple, isn't it? Try to by heart this. Okay. Now dear children, we will move to the exercise part. Here, guess the meaning of the following from the context. The garden still is alight with lilies. Here some lines are given. We have to find out the meaning from the poem. Okay, the garden still is alight with lilies. The meaning is the white lilies make the garden appear to be bright and well lit. Okay. Next, dawn wakes the starling. The meaning is when the sun rises and it is dawn, the starling wakes up. You know the meaning of starling? Starling means small birds with beautiful feathers, dark feathers, and have loud call. Okay, dawn means morning, right? When the sun rises and it is dawn, the starling wakes up. Here, third one, the meadow is wrapped in shadow. You know the meaning of meadow, wrapped and shadow, isn't it? What about the meaning in this poem? The meadow is wrapped in shadow. The meaning is here, the rays of sun have not yet fallen on the meadow, hence it is covered with shade. Got this? Means it is not a morning, it is a dawn, because the meadow is covered with the shade. Got this? Draw word webs for the following. Begin with the given word and go on writing as many other words associated with it as you can. Use these words to write other related words to form a word web. Yes, you know the meaning of web, correct? www, World Wide Web, how it is connected with all sides like that. Here they have given some words. We have to make a word web by adding some words which are associated with the given words. Okay, first is sleep. This is the given word, or we have to search for the associated word to sleep. See here, one I will show you first. Okay, bed, correct? We sleep in bed, like that. There must be some relation between the given word and the word that we are going to add. Come on. I hope you understood the meaning, that is adding the related words or making a word web. Sleep, here bed. because bed is related to sleep. We sleep in the bed. See here, night. When we sleep at night. Isn't it? Like that. Rest. We get rest when we sleep. Correct? Yeah, next is dream. We dream when we sleep. Correct? Sometimes we dream when we sleep. Right? Next, day. Yes, we have to add or we have to list here the related words. See, day, it has morning, correct? Then yesterday means you know the meaning, right? Tomorrow, evening. See these words, they are related to day. Today, yeah, noon. Yes, dear children, we know that day is made up of 24 hours, correct? That is morning, noon, and evening. Okay? And today, tomorrow, yesterday. The relation between today, tomorrow, and yesterday you know very well, isn't it? Okay, like these words we have to list along with the given word to make a word web. Got this? The next one is garden. Okay? Now you pause the video and you only make the word web, and then if you want more words then again unpause the video and go through the words. Here garden, that is slide we can see in the garden. Here we can see so many children in the garden. We can see butterflies flying over the flowers in the garden, right? We can see swing. We can meet so many friends in the garden. We can see flowers also in the garden, right? You can name some more rides, seesaw, correct? And you can add some more words to this. Okay? Bird. Here, think about the bird and try to collect the words which are related to bird. Yes, here we can write bird that lives on the tree. Correct? It eats insects. It also eats grain. It has feathers. The baby bird is called as chicks. It lives in the nest on the tree. Isn't it? Like this. You can write beak, different colors of feathers, right? So many things you can add here also. The last one is meadow. You know the meaning of meadow? Meadow means grassland. Okay? Here we will try to add some words. Here meadow means grassland, plain, carpet. We make carpet by using grass, right? Pasture, bottoms, mead. See here, I have listed so many words to make a word web. Try to add some more words for this too. Okay? Write the rhyming pair words from the poem. We know the rhyming words from the poem, correct? Now we will list here. Treasure, pleasure. Creep, asleep. Darling, starling. Isn't it? Break, wake. And the last one is meadow, shadow. Got this? These are the rhyming pair words we got from the poem. See here, this is from your textbook. What may happen? Here, this is an activity. Speak fast, think faster. Okay? Here, you have to make a group of 4 to 6 children and you have to discuss each of the following topics. Then each person in the group should choose a topic and speak about it for 1 minute. Try to say as many sentences as you can in that time. Okay? Got this? What may happen? See, what may happen? You have to imagine. Okay? It is not happened. We have to imagine about the future. I may study. A bird may fly into the classroom. The principal may call me. It may rain. A dog may chase a cat. A king may lose his kingdom. My friend may give me a storybook to read. Mother may make idlis today, etc. Yes, you have to speak fast and you have to think faster about the given subject or about the given line. Okay? Now one more example here. What is not likely to happen or will never happen? The opposite of this. Okay? Here, it won't rain in the classroom. It is not possible, isn't it? We have terrace, we have ceiling, so it won't rain in the classroom. I won't ever see a live dinosaur. It is not possible because they are extinct. The sun will never set in the east, etc. Here also you have to speak fast and you have to think faster. Got this? Yes, dear children, try to add some more words, some more sentences here so that you will get more fun. Okay? If you have 2 to 3 friends in your locality of your age or of your class, then try to do this activity. Okay? Now, dear children, we will move to grammar part, that is modal verbs. You know the meaning of modal verbs. Modal verbs are nothing but the helping words. They help the main verbs to get the proper meaning of the sentence. Isn't it? Here some modal verbs are given, that is would, might, must, shall, should, could, can, ought to, will, may. Okay, so many modal verbs are there or modal auxiliary verbs are there or helping verbs are there. Okay, today we will go through only the 3 modal verbs. They are may, should and will. Okay, we will go through these 3, may, should and will. Where to use and how to use, that we will go through. May. Okay, here we use may to tell about the possibility, to ask permission, to give permission and to make request and to make the wish. Okay, for these 5 purposes we use may as a modal auxiliary verb or a helping verb. Okay, we will go through by using one sentence so that it will become clear for us. See, first, possibility. How we can use may as a possibility. See here, she may be at home. We don't know sure, but possible. Possibility is there that she may be at home at this time. Got this? Here may is used to tell the possibility. Next, asking permission. This you know very well that you ask your teacher, na, may I come in, teacher, while entering the class, right? Here we will write, may I sit here? Yes, here you are asking the permission. May I sit here? Yes. Yes, you may go now. Or you may sit there. Okay, here giving permission. When you ask your teacher, may I come in? Then what the teacher tells? Yes, you may. Correct? Like that. Here we use may for asking and giving permission. Now we will go through about the request. Here, may I have the bill please? Yes, here we are doing the request. Please give me the bill. Right? Like that. May I have the bill please? And what about the wish? Yes, may you both be very happy. We wish other people, our friends, on their birthdays or on any special occasion. Here also we can use may. Okay? May you both be very happy. Got this, children? Yes, like this. In these 5 cases, we use may as a helping verb. Okay? Next, we will move to should. Shall, should. Shall is the present tense and should we use in past tense. Now here also we use should for giving advice, during obligation, about the probability, and to tell about the condition. See here, advice. You should eat more fruits and vegetables. Here we are giving advice to someone that you are so weak. You should eat more fruits and vegetables to become healthy and fit. Okay? Here we use should to tell the advice. Next, obligation. You should save some money. Yes, probability. Here, sentence is, a ticket to Paris should cost a lot. Yes, Paris is far away from us, isn't it? And ticket to Paris should cost a lot. Here we are telling about the probability. Got this? Next one is conditional. Means what about the condition? Like that, when we want to tell about the condition, we use should like this. I smell bread baking. There should be a bakery nearby. Got this? Here we are trying to tell the condition. Okay? Last one is will. We use will to tell about the future. Okay? Will we use in future tense, right? Okay. We use will as a model auxiliary verb to tell about the future, to make a request, to make an offer, and for the expectations. Okay, now we will see future. Here, I will be late to the meeting tomorrow. Yes, I have some urgent work. I will be there, but I will be late. Like that. Okay, we are talking about the future, that is tomorrow. Yes, here request. How we do the request? By using will. See here. Will you help me with my homework? Yes, please help me. Here we are doing the request like this by using will. Will you help me with my homework? Okay. Now while offering we use like this. We will pay for you. Okay. Here offer is given. Next, expectations. If it rains, I will bring umbrella. Got this? Dear children, how to use will as helping verbs in the sentences. Okay? Thank you, children. Please go through the poem twice or thrice. Okay? And learn to by heart.
Thank you very much for being a part of this lesson. Please subscribe to our channel and press bell icon to get new updated videos.